Seaton with a shot during the commercial break. It's usually every couple of weeks where he'll throw in a zinger about the band The Who being overrated or not very good. So it's been a while, and I thought you'd matured. I thought maybe you started listening to some of that music, and that's not the case. Took a shot.
Do you want to put the shot into context?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's more of a good joke, but what was the question? It was, would you rather be Ringo Starr or
Roger Daltrey?
Roger Daltrey.
Basically, would you rather be the last guy on the bench in the Beatles or the front man for The Who?
Yeah. And I said I'd rather be Ringo Starr than Roger Daltrey.
And I said, me too. I'd rather be in a good band.
There's a little truth in every bit of kidding, Seaton.
Yeah. It played better live in the moment. It was funnier.
Yeah, it was. But it was still a shot.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. I am getting better with The Who. I am. I just still like the joke because it makes people upset.
But do you think that, like, how tired of the following line is Ringo? You know, like, who's the Ringo Starr of your band? You know, like, it feels like Ringo is always sort of and Ringo Starr. You know, Lennon, McCartney, Harrison, and Ringo.
Yeah, it's sort of our Ringo.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul.
Try this one on for size.
Okay.
You could be Ringo Starr or Steven Tyler. Aerosmith, long career, real famous. Music pretty much holds up.
If you have to explain it.
Well,
Okay.
What do you think?
I would just get tired of rhyming everything all the time. Every time he speaks, it's a rhyme. The man with the plan, can't who tan. Like, oh my gosh. It must be exhausting.
I guess I'd rather be Ringo Starr. I mean, I'm in the greatest band of all time. And I know that because of the other guys and how talented they were, that, you know, you get short shrift because we go, oh, yeah, Ringo just played the tom-toms. Yeah,
Steven Tyler didn't seem to cheat himself too much, though. I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs in there, but he certainly lived a full life.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what Ringo's days were like, but
Yeah, I don't know how crazy the Beatles were.
Ringo, I heard him interviewed yesterday, and he was talking about that they did party, but he said there's no social media. They didn't have photographers around.
Well, it felt like they were doing experimental stuff. And, you know, whether it was going to India or they were taking LSD, but it doesn't feel like that they were alcoholics. You know, you listen to, I think it's Disgraceful. I think that's the name of the podcast. And it talks about Keith Moon, the drummer for The Who, who ended up killing himself, drinking himself to death. Now, that guy was a rock star with what he was doing and how he was doing it, and didn't live long to tell. I think he was in maybe his early 30s, if he even got there. Yeah, Paul.
Ringo Starr talked about partying with Keith Moon, and he said there's one other drummer, they would party together. He said, we would go home at 4 a.m., and he would go to the airport to go somewhere else to keep partying. He goes, that's the difference. Okay, here's one.
Okay.
You could be Ringo Starr or Bono. That's tough.
I'm going to go Bono.
Okay.
I'm going to go Bono. But, you know, to be in the band and have those memories with the Beatles, yeah.
see, Bono's been around long enough that he's become like a caricature of himself.
Ooh. What do you mean?
Because he put on those, he loves the specs, right? Like
Yeah.
the
Blue
bug-eyed
blockers?
specs.
Yeah.
Blue
And
blocker.
so, and he talks about that. Like the day he put them on, he became this new character called like the Bug, and he was going to be everything that everybody already thought he was. He was just going to do that and live that way, and he's never taken them off since. Which, you know, you two, it's the blessing and the curse of being around for so long is that you're super popular and everybody loves you, and then you're so popular everyone thinks you're a joke kind of thing. And they go through those cycles where it's like, gosh, they're the best band ever, and then you're like, what are they doing? They look like idiots.
Yeah, Fritzy.
And Bono also has that humanitarian traveling and saving the world thing on top of being, you know, the front man for a very successful group. So you got that. You got both of those.
But they've been around since, what, the early 80s?
You too?
Yeah.
I think the 70s, like late 70s.
Oh, are they?
I think so.
Man, that's a long time.
A long time. And to keep reinventing yourself. I mean, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah, I know they were on tour, but it feels like it's been a little while since they had a hit. Or am I just not listening to U2 the way I once did?
It seems like it.
Yeah, Paul.
I'll try another one.
Okay.
A little closer to the hole. Ringo Starr or Sting? The Police is considered a very popular, very good band, long time. But nobody says greatest top 5 bands of all time. No one ever throws the Police in there.
I'd still be Ringo. Yeah. I think Police had a good run. Sting went solo.
The Police had a shoulda wish they stayed around longer kind of thing.
It felt
Which is
like
always
that.
good.
Yeah, it felt like that they disbanded. I don't know why they disbanded, but was it just because Sting wanted to go on his own?
I don't know. Yeah, have you ever met Sting?
No, I have not.
That's why.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's tough, huh?
Sting loves Sting?
I think back then too. Yeah, I think he was a pretty big deal. Yeah.
Yes, for T.
Now, at the height of his success, did the ladies scream and grab the bus?
Here we go.
No, but if you factor that in about like how people got for the Beatles versus some of these other names and going crazy and crying and like losing your mind, chasing after vehicles and
I think you would get tired of that after a while. I think that would get tired real quickly, where they're trying to push over the bus and sneaking up, trying to find a way to get up to your hotel room. Like after a while, I think you get a little tired of that.
I don't think I'd get tired of it.
Yeah, you would. I was watching the Backstreet Boys documentary. I watched some of that yesterday afternoon. I didn't realize like how crazy, how huge the Backstreet Boys were around the world. Those boy bands, I just sort of tuned them out. But, man, there was real drama that, guys don't like each other and calling each other out. They can't sing now, and they lost their voice. But they showed video of these guys, and it was absolute bonkers with the number of people there with the Backstreet Boys.
Guys, it's called a 5-part harmony, all right?
Yeah. Well, I guess one of the leads, like Nick Carter has a problem with the other lead singer, but I don't know his name. And he's calling him out saying, dude, you can't sing anymore. And, like, I'm going, wow, Backstreet Boys, wow. It was good.
Backstabbing boys.
Somebody just sent in Ringo Starr or Elton John.
Elton John.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elton John.
Yeah.
Elton John was a big deal. Big deal.
This dude said, never has a band name been more appropriate. I love Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, and I like the Who. Who? Never heard of them.
Wow. Would you call yourself Who or the Who? Because I wondered about that. Like Muse, it's not the Muse, it's Muse. But would you do the Who? Because Led Zeppelin was, I think Keith Moon gave Zeppelin their name. I think he was like, they're going to go over like a Led Zeppelin. And it's not Beatles, it's the Beatles. But would you call yourself the Who or Who? Yeah, Paulie.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Ringo Starr or Michael Stipe of REM. That's close, right?
Ringo.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nah, I'd go Ringo.
Don't go back to rock band.
Oh, man. Michael Stipe is
Michael Stipe's
pretty great.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
Pretty great.
Yeah. But, Ringo's still in the Beatles.
Yeah, you have to be extremely great to take the place of one of the Fab.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.